Rachel, according to our agenda today, we will be having a brief for modeling, and as you can see on the coach circuit, we finished the coaching on topic, and we came up with the skill set rubric, step by step, what we're going to be doing, and using that for the modeling and for the next
behavior rehearsal.
Exactly, and then the live coaching. So we worked really hard on that. I thought we should celebrate that. So and of course I also wanted to just point out that the skills based on the objective do fall into the lower level of the pyramid. The first two low levels here, the first one is the effective workforce, but then also in that what we consider the lower level of the pyramid is nurturing and responsive relationships.
Yes.
So I just wanted to review that the objective is that Rachel will conduct an interview with 3 family parents in her program using the same 5 pre-selected questions from Asking Questions within 3 weeks of the modeling activity in order to learn more about how to help parents share life's goals for their children.
Yes.
Okay. And so what we will be doing next is talking a little bit about modeling itself. And so what I want to just go over real quickly, and a lot of this is just straight out of the Pyramid Plus instruction that I've gotten, that we've both gotten. So I'll be quoting a lot of it here, which will be going over the goals, the rationale, and the process of the modeling. So I will model as if I'm you, each step of the skill according to the skill set rubric we created. And you'll ask someone to pretend to be the parents. And you will observe me modeling using the rubric and take notes. And you're going to be taking notes on that actual skill set rubric.
Okay.
Okay. And that's something we can talk about if we want to revise that rubric a little bit so that you have more room to write. It doesn't have to be that specific form, or I can make the boxes bigger, that kind of thing.
Okay.
So this same rubric will be used in the behavior rehearsal and the live coaching. And while I model the skill for you and you are capturing notes and feedback on the skill set rubric, you should be able to see and reflect on how the skills look in real time when done with fidelity. Okay? Does that make sense so far?
Yes.
Okay, it's clear. Okay, good. Then active learning occurs as you share observations and insights about what you observed me do in the modeling, and which includes discussion regarding steps of the skill that may need to be adjusted to honor you in your learning and teaching style, while still maintaining fidelity to the practice.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions so far?
That really makes sense.
Okay, good. Great. Okay, so in reviewing the skill set rubric, which we both have in front of us, were there any on those steps, any of those skills that you wanted to modify or change at this point?
No. Nope, I like where they are now.
Okay, great.
Makes sense to me.
Okay, and so just keep in mind that even throughout the process of me modeling, even through the practice, behavioral rehearsal. I want to call it practice coaching. We may find something that we need to tweak or change a little. So we'll see how that goes. All right. Great. Then, just a couple more things then before we move on to the modeling itself. I did prepare a written plan, which I only made one copy because I can do the writing. We can come up with the plan together. There wasn't a particular form for this, so I just made my own.
Okay.
And we can use this to put a little plan together. It shouldn't take very long at all. Let's see, I just want to make sure that I touched all of these before we work on this plan. Okay. Oh, so I might add too, so as you're observing me modeling, you know, not only are you going to be checking off the skills as I'm modeling them, but, and as you're taking notes, you know, you may want to watch for things like parents' reactions, you know, facial expressions, or, and it doesn't have to be verbal, you know, and their answers, so that'll help us in next steps in, if we need to change anything. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right, so let's work up this little plan, and then we can set a date, which I think we have some dates in mind, and we'll just review the dates. So we already reviewed the learning objective on the professional development plan, and you decided that there were no modifications at this time for the skill set rubric.
Correct.
Okay, so let's think about, where would you like to have the modeling take place first?
At the school, so it'll either be in my classroom or depending upon time and what distractions might be here, possibly in that little front office space. But
Now,
I would want to meet my parents here in my classroom because that's where they are most familiar. So I think it would be a comfortable place for them.
Okay, so is there any reason why we couldn't do it in here then? So if we kept it consistent, if that's where you wanted to have your interview, then the modeling, we could do the modeling in here, you think?
Yeah.
Okay, and the live rehearsal? The behavior rehearsal.
That term.
I am learning too. So I think that's a great idea. And especially, I like the openness of this room, and they are also seeing all the wonderful things that you put on for display in your room too. So that's nice. All right, so Rachel's room. And I think we did set a time and a date. So let's double check that on the calendar.
But we did too. March 31st.
Okay, that's right. And I didn't have time set. So would 4 o'clock work for you on that day, or do you want to do a different time?
Yeah, 4 o'clock should work.
Okay, that works great for me too. And then remind me again who the model parent will be.
I'm going to ask Emily to be our model parent.
Okay, and Emily is?
The other preschool teacher here.
Okay. And she's a parent also?
No, she is not.
Oh, okay. That'll be fine. All right. Okay, so let's think if there's anything else that we might need for that day. How about a revised rubric in any way? Would you like it larger, more room to take notes?
Yeah, you know, I really like the size that you have of this.
Okay,
So I think the rubric typed up on this would give me room on the side to be able to write notes. Because boy, this really was helpful from those little boxes. That would have
sure.
been really, really difficult.
and I
Or
realize I
this
can,
on a full size sheet would be
okay,
fine too. But definitely I liked, you know, the 3 or 4 steps per page.
okay.
I think that was pretty good sizing.
Okay. So rather than making these larger, it would be better to just go with this. a
Well, it could be
separate-
this or it could be this, as long as it was this way and that 1, 2, 3, and 4 was taking up this whole page. So then it'd have the little rating here and then the rubric things typed in comments on the side. I think that would work just as well too. If it was boxed or unboxed, I'm not.
Okay, and it would help me for my learning style, I think, if you
To
would
draw it?
mind just to draw it out for me. It's gonna be this way, is that right? Or,
So we would
Okay.
have like skill description. That could be typed in that spot. Rating. Rubric. Comments as they have it here. So then we would have that first skill. I'm
This
almost
is-
thinking like 3.
this is great because it reminds me of when I was trying to learn how to do math with those paragraph problems, word problems in math.
Yes.
And my brother would always draw these pictures for me to help me get all of the pieces into place. The plane that was traveling so many miles an hour across the United States.
Yes, a lot of times I need to write down those kinds of things
So
too.
that helps.
So the skill description typed in here, like my first one would be greeting of the family.
Okay,
Then just those little MPU that once we're done,
right,
maybe just
okay,
whatever. And then this would be the breaking down of the steps.
okay,
The hello, show or guide them to a chair, thank you for being here, friendly tone of voice. Those
Okay.
are the 4 things we wanted to see, and then comments.
okay, I understand that perfectly now.
All
Thank
right.
you very much.
Absolutely.
And I can get that done and ready for you. And we have our date set, and I think we're good unless you have any other ideas you want to share or questions.
Just trying to think through it really quick.
What's going to be fun about this one is that you're watching me do everything. And you just get to sit back and observe and take notes.
Yeah, I'm really I'm interested to see if at that time I'm going to think, oh, now I see that it would be helpful to have this. Or, oh, the way I worded that question was kind of weird. Or maybe it seemed logical to put that question first, but now it doesn't seem logical anymore.
Right.
Maybe we should put that question next. So yeah, I think it'll be a really good learning thing, almost that kind of like sitting outside the problem, where you can see it better when you're on the outside than when you're in the middle of that tangled web.
Right, that's a good way to put it, like you're watching
Yeah.
a movie.
And have you ever done those things where everybody reaches in and grabs a hand? You've like a big group of people, and you all reach and you just grab some hand somewhere, and then you're this big mess, and you're supposed to untangle yourself. One of the things that you always learn when you do that is somebody standing on the outside can say, okay, you need to move over here, because when you're in the middle, you can't see the big picture. You can only see part of it.
Yeah.
So I think that being on the outside will really help me see the big picture a lot better.
Okay, great analogy. I
Yeah.
like that. So I guess we're ready to go, but if you have any other questions or concerns between now and then, just give me a call or send me an email.
Okay,
Okay?
awesome.
Great, thanks.
And I'll get in touch with Emily and say, you're gonna,
Oh,
Have an
yes,
appointment
I'm
on the
glad, I'm glad you
31st.
said that, because that would be another thing to put on our plan, that you
yes, and I
will
will take,
contact Emily. All right, thank you.
uh-huh.